Hey Siri, remind me to make a video about reminders.
All right, I've added it to reminders.
Hi, my name is Mickey, and it's been brought to my attention that some people are using their phones but not optimizing them to their fullest ability. So I wanted to take a second and make sure that you have some understandings of the things that you can do with your phone that are going to really optimize your life and really make it so that you don't have to work as hard, but your phone starts to work for you. So first, you can see on my phone that I use folders. Most people's phones look like this, or maybe even this. I pulled it apart so that you can see. I live my life like this, and it allows me to know exactly where my things are going to be, and it does take a while to get it set up, and it does take a little bit of a while to get used to the new settings, but as you can see at the very bottom, I have my most important things. That's my maps, my Google reminders, my Google Chrome, and then my folder that allows me to see all of my business apps. So I want to take a second to look at this second one from the left. This is my Google reminders, and I use this whenever I have to work and communicate with multiple people, and it's beautiful because if I click the hamburger stack in the left corner, you can see that I can switch not only between my Google accounts very quickly, and I can get into different Google reminders and stuff like that. But if I go to this one I have set up for my business, I've got all of the things I need to be doing. But if I go back to the hamburger, I can click on my wife, Britta, and then she has the same app, and we can actually send things to each other. So I can say, hey, pick up this when you get to this place, and it's automatically in there, and it's a really cool way for reminders to work. If you don't want to use that, the other app I use is actually my phone itself built in the Reminders app. So the Reminders app, it looks like this on the far left, reminders with 3 dots. If you've never been in here, it's actually a pretty cool thing. You can make sub-reminder groups like I have down here at the bottom, but I use the reminders themselves to do some really crazy things. Like you can see, for example, my top 2 are take out the trash and take out the trash from recycling. I'm kind of bad at remembering to do that. So on every Tuesday night at 1900, I get a reminder that says, hey, take out the trash. Every Friday night at 1900, I get a reminder that says take out the trash and the recycling. That way it's not something I have to put in my brain. It's not something I have to think about. Under that, you see another unique one that says get a bag of gravel when arriving at Lowe's, which means the next time I'm at or near a Lowe's store, specifically the one on Spring Green I've got it set to, then it's going to remind me, hey, go grab a bag of gravel. So I could be driving by Spring Green Lowe's and it'll say, boop, hey, don't forget you need to get a bag of gravel. Under that, I've got some reminders for myself, and then at the very bottom, you'll see the one that I just made about making a video about reminders. So how do you do it? How do you set this up, and how do you make it so that your life is easy? First thing you got to do is you got to make sure that your Siri is activated and your Siri is running. That'll take just a second to set up. But from there, you can simply just talk to your phone and tell it what you want. So you could say something as simple as, hey Siri, remind me to get food next time I'm at the store.
All right, I've added it to reminders.
So that's going to give you a general reminder. You told it to remind you to get food. You didn't specify what store, you didn't specify where, you didn't specify what exactly you wanted. So there's another level. You can go more specific and say, hey Siri, next time I go to Lowe's, remind me to get 3-inch screws.
Which location? Lowe's on Spring.
In that situation, it's going to ask you which specific one you want, and you can click on it. Or it can always do something like, hey Siri, remind me tomorrow to email Nick at 9 o'clock.
Okay, your reminder is set for tomorrow at 9 a.m.
And then that way, I'm going to get a reminder at 9 a.m. that says, hey, email Nick. It'll remind you to do whatever you needed to do. Or you can always set something like, hey Siri, set a reminder to remember backpack when I leave my current location.
Okay, your reminder is set.
And you can see that I have remember my backpack as soon as I'm leaving this area. There's some certain words you want to use like location or reminder to tell Siri exactly what you're doing, and those are going to be the key points. You can say current location or a specific location, and if you come up with a specific or general location that's not where you are, then Siri will also find where you are based on your location and geolocate you. If you don't know where you are, you can always just say my location and it will know where you are, point where you are, and when you're leaving that radius, it'll remind you of whatever you need to. So if it's something more common like, hey Siri, next time I go to pet store, remind me to get dog food.
Which location? Pet Supermarket on Spring Green Boulevard.
So I can pick my location.
1711. Okay, added.
Get dog food. Now I can click on it and I can even be more specific. So when I go on the information tab and it says remind me on a day or on a location, I picked location, I can click on the location, and the cool part is I can actually say when I'm leaving the area or when I'm arriving the area. And then if I wanted to do a location based, I can open this up and I can say the next time I'm within a mile of this location, I want this reminder. Or the next time I'm leaving this location, set a reminder. So this is really called geofencing. And geofencing allows you to set up geographical fences that can allow you to interact with your phone. It's the same thing that allows me when I leave my house to lock my locks, or when I'm entering my house and I'm 5 feet from my front door, it unlocks my lock. Or I can do things like, if it's after 7 p.m. and I'm arriving, turn all the lights on in my house. Geofencing is actually this really cool idea that's been really expanding recently. You can also do things with your phone hands-free, like, hey Siri, tell my wife I love you.
Your message to Britta Traub says I love you. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
So there's lots of various things you can do that'll allow you to free up your hands and allow you to use all kinds of different things that'll allow you to make your life a little bit easier and allow you to not have to think so hard and not allow you to store things in your brain. I got away from Post-it notes a few years back, and this is the transition that's made my life a lot easier. So I hope this helped, and I hope that by the end of the day you're making some changes in your phone that's going to make your life changes a lot easier. Hey guys, we just wanted to take a second to say thank you so much for coming out and checking out our channel. We are brand new and we are really growing, so we'll really appreciate if you send us a like, set a reminder to watch our videos on your phone, or you can just click remind on YouTube and they'll remind you for you. Remember, use your technology to make your life easier. Thank you guys. Hey Siri, mark reminder video about reminders as done.
Okay, make a video about reminders has been marked as complete.